Hey everybody, it's Paul with AdsenseCalculator.org. This video is going to go in depth a little bit more and show you how to get correct data, especially the local exact searches for the tool. I just want to make sure that you're pulling the correct data, because if you do use some wrong settings, you could get numbers that are way off, and I don't want that. So I'm going to show you how to get the right data. Now, before I do that, since this is still brand new, if you're interested in how and why I created this little AdSense tool, you can see a new blog post at internetincomepower.com. I talk about how I created it and why. I wanted to publicly thank Pat Flynn over at the Smart Passive Income blog, because it was a weekend project that he had created, which is a really cool app. He had that created about a month ago or so, and reading that inspired me to have one of my own created, although different category, but something that can be created through a programmer on Odesk. And so I share how and why I created it, the tools I used. Don't laugh at my funny mock-up that I did, but I show you all that. So if you're interested, check that out. If not, no big deal. Back to the AdSense calculator. Okay. So I want to make sure that, most importantly, you're using the correct search data, the exact local monthly searches, because a lot of people get this wrong. So let's check this out. I'm going to type in just a basic keyword of dog training. And I'm using the Google AdWords keyword tool at adwords.google.com. It's free. And I'm going to type in search. And what I want to show you, and also let's do dog training schools. And so what I want to show you is, in this area right here, these are our two keywords. And there's a couple different sections. There's global monthly searches, local monthly searches, and approximate cost per click. So the approximate cost per click is an estimate of what advertisers pay if they bid on the keyword. It's never going to be exact what you earn, but it's in the ballpark. So you can use this approximate cost per click number on the tool. It's probably going to be a little bit less, so you may even want to lowball it a little bit, but this is what I use in the tool, and it usually comes out pretty accurate in actual real life results. So that's what I use. Now, look at the difference between global and local monthly searches. Like for dog training, there's 1.5 million global monthly searches and 823,000 local. Now, global is all over the world, and local is in your area, basically your country. So for example, my location is the United States. So that's local. So there's 823,000 monthly searches for the term dog training in the US. Now, Google has different results by countries. For example, the top 10 for dog training on the US version of Google is different than the top 10 for dog training on Google UK, and so on. So you always want to use local monthly searches. So if you put in the global 1.5 million and you were calculating expected income on that, you'd be way off. So make sure local monthly searches is what you use. And again, you can use this approximate cost per click. Just know that it's an estimate. Now here's the other critically important thing, is the match type. Right now we have broad match selected, which is what it defaults to when you use the tool. That means that the word dog training was just somewhere in the search term, but there could have been other parts of the search. So it could have been, I hate dog training, or, dog training sucks, or, I'm going out of business, no more dog training, or, could be anything. Dog training was in it, but you don't know what was before or after it. So that's not a valid enough search to calculate what kind of traffic you're going to get. So what you want to do is you want to uncheck broad and check exact, because exact match is the exact, all they typed in was dog space training. Or if your keyword is dog training schools, they typed in dog training schools. Exactly. Nothing before it, nothing after it. That was their exact, just how it shows. That was their exact thing they typed in. That is what you want. So when you're putting data into the tool, always use the exact match and local monthly searches and approximate cost per click. So you see dog training, remember that global number? It was like 1.5 million. It's 74,000 for the exact match. That's a big difference. So again, you would use local monthly searches, so 33,100 and $1.97 per click. So let's do that. 33,100, $1.97 per click, and you don't have to put a dollar sign. Let's say you rank number 3 and a 2% click-through rate. You could expect around 100 to 110 bucks a month from that, which is great. Now let's say you raise your ranking from number 3 to number 1. That 110 bucks a month goes up to $549 a month. And if you're ranking number 3, that's a great ranking. But just from raising it to number 1, you see the difference it makes in your potential income. It's crazy. It's amazing. So, you know, maybe you do some SEO, some articles. Maybe you put more great content on your site. It shows you the importance of ranking and what that could mean to your potential income from the site. Also, your click-through rate. If you raise, let's say we raise it from 2% to 3%. So you raise it 1%, your $549 goes up to $824. That's a lot of money, and all that we changed was our click-through rate. We raised that 1%. If that doesn't tell you why you should be playing with ad placement and testing things out, I don't know what will. So you can do all kinds of different scenarios on here. Just make sure you have the right information. That's how you can get exact local monthly searches and your cost per click. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about in terms of using this tool is, you know, don't think that you can only use one phrase or whatever for a website and that's the only money you're going to earn from it. That's not true. You could optimize your website for many different terms. So you might have a website on dog training tips, for example, that gets 5,400 local exact searches, $1.16 cost per click, but you also might have a page that is optimized for dog training advice, which gets 1,600 searches and $1.47 cost per click. So you could have a site that has 10 different keywords you're targeting, and you want to do all 10 as, you know, calculations if you're building like a really nice authority site. So you don't have to be stuck with just one keyword and that's all the site can make you. You can be adding pages to your site and, you know, do different calculations based on that keyword, and you could have one site generate a ton of money, or, you know, you can do lots of smaller sites that generate a little bit of money, and that's great too. So main thing though is remember to always use the local monthly search, and most importantly, I think most people could get tripped up by this, make sure you use the exact match type. So that is a little bit more on how to use the tool. It's still very new. If you have any questions or suggestions or anything else you want to see on the tool, just let me know. Contact me here at the Contact Us button, and I will talk to you later.